Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to another developer log. This one is quite big. This will be the last developer log before the release. Or honestly, maybe this is going to be corresponding with the release, depending on when I exactly decide to release this video. But today, when I'm recording this, the game will be coming out. So let me cover everything that changed since last time. And again, there is a lot of stuff, and I'm probably going to forget it. Going forward, at this point, now that the game will be out, is out, I don't know, in a few hours, few minutes, who knows. But now that that's the case, I will be keeping a very detailed changelog from now on, but this time I still haven't because it's too much overhead. So I have created a 417 sniper here, and there's also a PKM, which you're not seeing over here because I want to make it look a little bit better. So both the 417 sniper, you can see it's not showing up over here, and the PKM also not showing up over here because both of them are pretty much finished, but not exactly. I just want to change a few more things, so that's why I have this gun equipped, but you can't actually get it through legitimate means in the game yet, but you will be able to very soon. As for other stuff that will be coming very soon, the story mode, the first introduction level, is very, very close to being finished. I just need to run a few more bug tests on it, and I should have it out in not too long. One thing I want to mention on that note, that this is a solo project, and I have a job I need to do most of the time. This is just a passion project that I really enjoy doing, but as a result, that does mean that, as you probably noticed from how far spaced apart these developer logs are, I don't have a huge amount of time to work on it, and I don't want to just pump out tiny updates. I mean, you know, bug fixes, I will absolutely be pushing those out as commonly as possible whenever I find bugs or whenever they're reported, but actual content, it will always, you know, I'm not abandoning it or anything, but it will be not as fast as I would like it to be, if that makes sense. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be years between every update, because it won't be, but it'll just take longer than your AAA game and stuff like that. So just if any of you are actually interested in this game, you know, updates will have some spacing between them. But enough of that. Let me get into the contracts here. So the new thing that's changed since last time. Got 5 maps here. Shantytown, of course, I've showed before. The airport I've shown before. Wolf headquarters is new. Plantation is new. And the ship. I really like how the ship turned out. This is a very unique setting. All the other maps take place on the land, and going forward, I want to have more unique settings for maps, and I have some good ideas for them that I haven't even started yet, and I won't even mention what they are because I don't want to spoil. One of them in specific I think will be really cool. So there is 4 factions. I don't remember if I had that last time. All of this otherwise works the same. Let's just randomize it. So we'll go up against the Separatists, and it's an assassination objective. So, accepting the contract. Now that we're in the game, here is another thing I wanted to show. This took a while. The UI, brand new inventory UI here. And you can do a lot here. So, magazine repacking. This took really long to get working, and it's actually not even fully completed yet, because what you can do here is you can load a specific mag, say, so hold on. By default, what'll happen is if you just go in the game and you press reload, it'll always load the first magazine in the row here. So this is, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But say you want to load this one manually or this one manually because, you know, maybe you have more ammo in this one if you've been playing it a specific mission for a while than in this one. So you want to load this one specific, you can just load that there, and there you go. Same with your handgun. Large is for like the PKM or other machine guns you would have. And you can also move your order around of mags, so if you want to order them from, you know, most ammo to least, or the other way around if you're a masochist or something, you can totally do that. Or another good idea is, you know, put all your empty ones at the end, that way they're harder to reach, or if you have empty ones, you can just totally drop them. And if you want, you can pick them back up too. There they are. And another thing, so, for example, actually here, or, okay, so, here, I actually set it up so I don't need to say theoretically, like, imagine this magazine is partially loaded and not fully loaded because I just went and did it. So, this one only has a few rounds in it. This one has even less rounds in it. Say that you have a bunch of these, but you also have a bunch of full ones, and you know, that sort of thing. But you want to fully load these. You could take a fully loaded one, or let's just do one of the partial ones actually. Let's just unload all the rounds here. So you can also load rounds. I'll show that actually in a bit. So unloading this magazine entirely. We'll drop it now that it's empty. And now I can go to any of the other mags. Obviously not these because they're already full, but I can take this partially loaded one and I can load it up completely. Just like so. And then I could load that in the gun and it all works perfectly. Now, this whole magazine repacking system, the reason I'm saying that it's not completely implemented because currently the only person who has, or who actually drops magazines, obviously everyone uses mags, but the only person who drops them is you, the player. So a little bit limited in that regard. Later on in the future, I'm planning on having it so you can, in your loadout before a mission starts, you can customize what types of magazines you want to take. So for example, if your gun supports it, you could take like a drum mag or several drum mags, something like that. Or you could take less rounds, something like that. And also another planned feature is enemies will actually drop their mags, which would make a lot of sense for them to do. And will give this a lot more functionality than it currently has. And also, a lot of these contracts, like I have set up now, are just a little shorter than what you would really... Like, you probably won't need to do this unless, I don't know, you get in a really drawn-out battle in a contract. But generally, you should be fine without doing it. But that's another thing in the future, is there will be longer missions or contracts where this sort of thing will actually come in a lot more useful in retaining magazines and stuff like that. So, I am sure that there's other features. Oh yeah, I have changed the animations a little bit. I am going to be cleaning them up even more in the future. There's a few guns that don't have fully fleshed out animations yet, so they will get much better animations. And that guy scared the crap out of me. And speaking of, that reminds me, if you don't want to get spooked by the guns being so loud, you can lower that here. I want to add even more settings for audio, but for now, you know, if you want the enemy guns to be a lot quieter, let's just set it to like 50, or you can do it this way, stuff like that. If you want your gun to maybe not even make sound, stuff like that. Let's just leave it at the default for now. So, that's, you know, there's a lot of good settings. Gotta love the sliders and all that. The map has been greatly improved and overhauled. You can change the scale of it. In the future, this is another thing I'm thinking I'm going to make this so you can change, like, what side of the screen it'll clamp to, and right now you can change its size, but it's not the most useful to just be able to change its size. For example, I can think of a lot of people who would really like to use this like a mini-map, so you could like set it to a smaller scale, and then have it way up here, for instance. But I do believe that that covers everything that is going to be in, well, 1.0.0, but by the time you all see this, and I've already incremented it to 1.0.1 because there's a few minor bugs, and there is still like very minor bugs, nothing game breaking. I've already ironed those out, but one that's particularly bothering me is this is supposed to start at 5, and actually if you leave it at 1, well now because I changed it, it's gonna genuinely spawn only one enemy. But if you were to just literally just start and go into here, it would spawn 5 people, even though it says 1 here. So gonna fix that in the future. But otherwise, yeah, I believe that covers everything. I guess if you're interested in the game, then please do check it out. Of course, it is in its very initial form now, so you know, try not to expect too much, I guess. And if you do get this and you hate it, then feel free to let me know. Just try to be polite about it. Otherwise, thank you all for watching. I will probably still be doing more developer logs in the future. Of course, going to still be updating the game, but I'm probably just going to be detailing most of what I'm doing in the actual change logs from now on when I update it on Steam. So we'll see. We'll see. If there's big features, it probably will end up doing more developer logs, but either way, I hope you all enjoyed this. This has been very fun to develop so far, and I'm sure it will be, it'll continue to be enjoyable to work on. So see you all in the next one.